Hey everyone, welcome to Rev Trev NFL. My name is Trev and I'm so glad you're here because today we are talking about the Packers gold rush. We're talking about the rush attack in Green Bay. I know everyone wants to talk about the wide receivers. Everyone wants to talk about Jordan Love. Everyone wants to talk about Jair Alexander leaving the Packers or not leaving, being released by the Packers. And then everyone wants to talk about what I talked about in my last video, the pass rush concerns. But today I want to dive in to some great conversation regarding the rushing attack. I think this team is absolutely fantastic. I'm excited about this season and what the potential we have. I can't wait to watch this team kick some butt, really honestly kick some butt and contend. But do you think that this team is good enough to contend for a Super Bowl? I think it's good enough to contend for an NFC North championship, or not championship, division title, I should say. But if we can win, if we can make the playoffs, we got a chance to contend for the Super Bowl. Do you think they got once enough? I mean, looking at Philadelphia, looking at Detroit, looking at some of these other teams like Washington and, I mean, Minnesota made it last year. Are they going to be better? Are they not? It's something very interesting to think about. And there's always those dark horse teams that look better and better and better. And it's just something interesting to discuss, to consider, to chat about, because at the end of the day, this team is looking pretty dangerous, in my opinion. Now, a lot of people want to just talk about all the other things, but we're going to ask the big question regarding the pass rush. Okay, so let's talk about the Packers rush attack. Is it good enough to contend for a Super Bowl? That's the question. Post in the comments whether you believe it's good enough. This rushing attack, this gold rush is good enough to contend for a Super Bowl. Post it in the comments. I think Josh Jacobs alone is definitely a top 5 running back in the NFL. Landing him was massive. Now, before we get into all of the different points that I want to make tonight, before I get into your comments in the live stream, please don't forget to follow me, RevTrev NFL, on X, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, and Facebook. I have a lot of fun posting about Packers content. I love talking about Packers content that is passionate, realistic, and honest. If you like that kind of content, please hit and smash the like and subscribe. I'd appreciate the support. Okay, so losing Aaron Jones we thought was a big deal until we realized the guy that we're getting in return basically is, well, we got Josh Jacobs first, but if you would have said to me, Rev Trev, we're going to lose Aaron Jones, but we're going to replace him with Josh Jacobs, I would have been like, okay. Okay. And I love Aaron Jones. Like, love watching him play. Love watching his enthusiasm. I loved him as a teammate and all those things. But Josh Jacobs, between the tackles, I don't know. He's got to be in the top 5 conversation of best running backs in the NFL right now. So landing him was gigantuous. Now, is Josh Jacobs the best free agency signing since, like, I don't know who, Charles Woodson? That's a legitimate question, and I don't mean I don't mean to be disrespectful to anyone, but this could be the best free agent signing we've had in a long time. Everyone. So I just love what we're seeing in Josh Jacobs. He is unbelievable. Now, he had never got a receiving touchdown in his career until last season. Man, he was fantastic. Now, obviously, a lot of the rush game has to depend on his health and his effectiveness. I don't think we can worry about his effectiveness. I think he's just going to be like he's just been a great rushing running back for all of his career. And the question is, are we going to be better this year or worse than last year for the rush game? I mean, it has a lot of factors. We're going to talk about them in a moment. But I do want to dive in just for a moment into, no, I pressed the wrong button. I'm going to share screen, and we're going to talk about right here. We're going to talk about the stats, okay? So you can see this. It's not huge there. I wonder if I can make it bigger. Maybe if I remove my head out of here. Let's see if I can just do this. Is this better? Yeah, okay, let's do that. You'll be able to see it a little bit better. Okay, so let's just look at the rushing yards, okay? 1,300 rushing yards in his first season. And as you scroll down, 300 carries. That's a little too much, I think. You don't want to give him that many. He played all 17 games. And then you had additions like Emmanuel Wilson. You've had Chris Brooks as well. Jaden Reed had 20 rushes as well. Chris Brooks only had 36. And then Malik Willis was effective with 20 rushes. Jordan Love didn't rush effectively, but still get 3.3 yards per carry. Bo Melton even rushed the ball. Christian Watson. Marshawn Lloyd played for one game, had 15 yards, and Tucker Kraft. So this season, if you're looking at what they have there, we're talking Josh Jacobs, Marshawn Lloyd, Emmanuel Wilson, Chris Brooks, Amar Johnson right now, and Jalen White. So these are your running backs for walking into the season at the moment before anyone gets cut. So I like what we're seeing here. I think this is an important season. As you can see, Josh Jacobs had 15 rushing touchdowns. Emmanuel Wilson had 4, and then after that, it's just a couple ones. You know, I'm kind of surprised that Malik Wilson didn't have more than 1 rushing touchdown, but yeah, this is a pretty solid number. I just feel like the potential is able to be a little bit higher. I just think Josh Jacobs is that good. He's just that good. Another year in the system. I think that's what we need to talk about. But one thing that we do need to consider, not only do we have Emmanuel Wilson coming back, but let's not forget about Marshawn Lloyd, everyone. This guy was highly, highly touted. At USC, okay, he played 11 games, okay? 11 games, had 116 attempts, rushing attempts. He had 820 yards on the ground and 9 touchdowns. He almost scored a touchdown a game for USC. That is something that we have to consider. He was deemed as one of the best running back prospects coming out of the draft. And here we are. Marshawn Lloyd showing the world what he can do. He's got a chip on his shoulder. He's frustrated about that, about missing a season, and he wants to produce. I think you're going to see a guy who's hungry, who wants to make a name for himself, and you got a guy that has been off the field for way too long and can't wait for this opportunity. I mean, he's lived his whole life to be an effective running back. Even if Josh Jacobs goes down with an injury, I can see a guy like Marshawn Lloyd be something great. And if you're in a fantasy football league, especially a dynasty league, you might want to check and see if he's on waivers after a draft, after being injured. You want to put him on your taxi squad, or at least just as the last bench player. Why not? Why not? I think it's just great for you to be able to do that. I absolutely think it's just incredible for you to do those kind of things. So, because it's a stash, there's nothing wrong with stashing him on your bench. Now, I just made a trade for him. I actually traded my 3rd round rookie pick for this season for Marshawn Lloyd. I'm like, I'll take that risk. There's no risk in it. That's why. There's no risk. It's like if he doesn't produce in your fantasy team, you just drop him. By the way, I love making fantasy football content as well. I don't know if you saw my videos, but I have done dynasty, wide receiver, quarterback, and running back rankings already. Go check out the channel for that, for more dynasty stuff as well. I'm loving what I'm seeing out of camp, of the OTAs with Marshawn Lloyd. I think he's going to be have an effective year. So we're going to dive in to a couple other things too. Now let's just do the Captain Obvious, okay? So a key to the rush game success is the health and effectiveness of the O-line. I think our O-line is better this year than it was last year. Like, that's just something that I'm thinking about and going, wow. I'm excited to see what this team is going to do. This team, in my opinion, has all the tools to do something special. And so I'm hoping that there can be just some success if Jordan Morgan is a consistent player. You got Eldon Jenkins that could be playing center. I think this O-line is going to be even better than it was. And so if that's the case, you're going to let people like Josh Jacobs and Marshawn Lloyd cook. And when Emmanuel Wilson comes in, he's going to be effective. When Jordan Love has to rush, that's going to be helpful, right? So that is a huge piece to it. Yeah, I'm excited about this Packers Gold Rush team. This is going to be, this running game, I think, has got a lot of things. And then that is the other piece, is when you have a good running game, you take the pressure off of Jordan Love. But Jordan Love's accuracy will help or hurt our run game. If he can not turn the ball over, the running game will be on the field longer, and it's going to be more effective. And I know that, again, another Captain Obvious comment, but really, when you have an effective run game, then it opens up the pass game for Jordan Love. And if he can stay accurate, I think he's going to have a decent year as well. I don't think you're going to see Jordan Love get back to first-year numbers with a great running game and a great running back like Lloyd, like Josh Jacobs. I just don't think you're going to see that. But I think he's going to have a better year than he did last year. And he was hurt last year, so let's just remember that. So there's a number of things that I think can totally help with this running game being effective. Can it be in the top 10 this season? We'll wait to see. So, yeah, there's lots going on, but we've got some people in the chat, and Jason is here. Josh Jacobs is a workhorse of a running back. I agree. Andy says, what's up, Trev? I'm just hanging out, talking about Packers, living the dream, being a Packers fan, living the dream, man. I hope you're doing well as well. By the way, if you guys haven't followed Andy's channel, NFC North Freezing 4 podcast on YouTube, he is NFL Outdated. We talk every Wednesday night regarding the good old NFC North. I'm often the representative of the Packers. He's the Bears fan. We got Seventh Letter as the a Lions fan, great Lions fan. And then, of course, you have a number of people, Rhino, Drake, Shelby, are all different people that jump in to be Vikings representatives. So it's a great conversation, and we get to, bug each other about each other's teams. And, we get to sit there and bash Bears that they think they're going to, win the division, even though they won 5 games last year, and they just overreact every offseason, and then the season starts and it sucks, stuff like that. I get to share with Lions fans that as good as they are, that they've never even been to a Super Bowl, so to stop talking about it until you win one. It's like, wow, you won a couple division titles. Then, even talking about, Vikings, like at the end of the day, Vikings have never won a Super Bowl either. It's only like Packers and Bears that have won a Super Bowl. By the way, the Packers won 4, Bears only won 1. Just saying, I just like to spit facts, so it is what it is. But join it. Follow NFL Outdated on YouTube, on TikTok, and you'll see us. So the Freeze and 4, right? NFL Outdated, Freeze and 4, NFC North podcast. It's awesome. Okay. Jason says, I think the Packers will win the division and make the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. Wow, you're going to do all 3 of those things. Yeah, so obviously to win the division, we make the playoffs. So let's just say the Packers are going to win the division and win the Super Bowl. That's what Jason says. Go, Pack, go. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. So yeah. Andy says, how many Packer players, and this is going to be coming from Bear Son, should be on the Pro Bowl watch list? That's a good question. I think Edgerrin Cooper will be there. I think McKinney will be there. I think Josh Jacobs will be there. And I'm hoping Jordan Love will. He should have made it his first year. I still think he got robbed. Geno Smith had a terrible, I shouldn't say terrible. He didn't have as good of a year as Jordan Love, and they didn't make the playoffs, and somehow they gave it to Geno Smith. So Jordan Love has a shot. He has a shot. We'll see. We'll see. So, but yes, just like every team, Jason, you're totally right. The Packers need to stay healthy, though. Absolutely. And it's going to be interesting to watch the Matthew Golden era. That is going to be a blast. So I'm looking forward to it. Honestly, it should be a really, really fun year. But in saying that, as much as I'm looking forward to the pass game, I am really looking forward to watching this gold rush of a team come in and just pound people on the ground. We are set up for success, everyone. I'm looking forward to it. I think we're going to make the playoffs again for the 3rd year in a row. Jordan Love has never missed the playoffs. So that is something that's special. That's great. I'm excited about it. You know what, everyone? I'm thrilled. I'm absolutely thrilled that we're able to watch football this season and see it. It's a league of parity. You never know what's going to happen. And I'm planning on going to Lambeau this year for the first time ever. And so I am super excited. Now, by the way, I'm repping the A.J. Dillon jersey. I didn't think we were going to let him go. I ended up buying this jersey, and here we are. He's gone. It's sad. I liked watching him play. Loved his effort. Think his best run was the catch out of the backfield against, was it Seattle? That was awesome. But yeah, he was a humongous man. I'm surprised he didn't land somewhere. Let me just see, actually. Let's see, A.J. Dillon, and where is he now? Where is he now? His current team, he's the Philadelphia Eagles running back. Get out of the city. The rich just got richer, everyone. Wow. Okay, well, congratulations to him. There, he's on the Super Bowl champs. That'll be pretty fun. Well, everyone, thank you so much for coming out tonight. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'm excited about this season. Please post in the comments how far you think the Packers are going to do. I like Jason's prediction that we're going to win the division. We're going to win the Super Bowl. I hope you're right, Jason. I absolutely hope you're right. Have a great night, everyone. And of course, always, we're going to cheer this team on, win, lose. But I don't think we're going to lose too much. Have a good night, and go Pack, go.